You're live. Edison, baby.
Hello.
Hello.
Bueno.
Welcome, world, to our small little corner of the internet where we talk about business.
It's a pretty small corner.
It is.
Never really thought about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, so today's topic of business
Mm-hmm.
would be so how's the economy affecting your business?
Yeah.
Has anybody renewed their insurance lately?
yeah. Yeah. That is coming up, I think, for probably quite a few people.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody renews at the same time, but getting new insurance for businesses is going to be a hell of expensive. So all new businesses are going to experience that right off the bat, which really sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got a letter from our insurance. I don't know. Is she a broker? I don't know what you want to call her.
When it does that.
When it does
Yeah,
what?
she is our broker.
Does what?
Keep rolling.
Oh. Uh, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, your premiums are so high. The industry as a whole is like essentially like restructuring and even put a freeze on writing new policies."
Really? She told you that?
It's in an email, yeah.
Oh, they put a freeze on new policies? I wonder what that's about.
I would imagine like just they're probably in freak out mode because one, there's just been a high claim year, right? And to that, with it being a high claim year, I feel like because when the economy goes the way that it is, everything is going up in cost as far as us being able to spend our money. So our money reserves, we're very stringent with how we decide to spend them. And so we're more apt to be like, oh, well, I'll file that on my insurance claim. Like we're more apt to use our insurance, I feel like, when we're worried about other disasters that could happen or like what we would need to use our money for.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's a huge play on it is that right now, at least in the past year, year and a half, us as a whole of insurance users have been like, oh, it's okay. I'll just file a claim. I haven't filed a claim in years instead of using our money reserves to pay for whatever damage has happened.
Yeah. Well, a big part of me is wondering why even so if there is a big claim year, like why should that affect business insurance? So I actually asked the question, and the answer that I got was one that I probably already knew the answer to. But I think I just wanted to hear it more than anything. And so the answer that I got was, well, they've got to spread it across everybody. So everybody's going to get it. And I'm like, that's pretty shitty. If claims are happening on personal insurances, why is it being spread to the business owners that aren't making huge claims, that are paying high premiums in?
Yeah,
We're already paying really high premiums.
business owners go out of their way to not file a claim. Like we do
Absolutely.
everything possible, and this is my personal opinion, but we do everything possible to not file a claim on our business insurance. So like we pay for damages that have happened, we pay, like weird stuff happens when you work on people's homes. Like things that you never planned on happening happen, and we try to make it right outside of the insurance because we know that's going to affect our renewal and we know that that's going to affect our premiums. And it's like we don't, and ultimately, if all of that goes up, it still affects our customer. And so we're just
Absolutely.
trying to prevent the ball from going across the entire court. And it just, let's just take care of what it is that we messed up, um, instead of filing a claim. Granted, I know there's situations where it's like huge and crazy and it's not avoidable, but yeah, like as businesses as whole, like I know like that's ultimately like we try so hard to not file a claim.
Yeah. So we got a comment going through the insurance renewing now in
In
California,
California.
and it's horrible. Well, I can only imagine in California what things are like.
Oh my
Everything's
god.
already horrible there.
Right, yeah, yeah. Like, I wonder if Central America, like, of the central of the United States is cheaper because it seems like all the coastlines, like, you get the nor'eastern storms that are like snow and stuff, and then Florida obviously has hurricanes, and then so does Louisiana and Texas, and now it seems like California with, like, you've got your wildfires, and then you guys have got mudslides and wild crazy rains and, like, all this stuff, so it's like, is the, um is the central United States cheaper for insurance? Because like, shit doesn't seem to happen to y'all, in all honesty. 2 amazing people, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you kindly. Yeah, I was just curious, like, if that matters. I'm sure it does, like, location-wise.
Is anybody on that lives in the center of the USA?
Yeah. I just can't even imagine.
The heck is that?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
No, thank you. Please don't. I'm good. That would not be very good. No, thank you.
It'd be devastating.
It could be. It could be. Yeah.
You never know.
So, and then the renewal cost, and then talking to other business owners, Alabama, yeah. Alabama, is another southern state that seems to be impacted by some of the, like, rains from hurricanes and stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure, like you were saying, pretty much every coastal state is going to have, especially this year, um, some sort of major large loss, like claim wise. So
If not a couple.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know California's they've had their fair share of hurricanes and tsunamis and stuff like that this year. I know we have,
Tsunamis.
yeah.
You know what a tsunami is, right? It's like where the water leaves the ocean and joins the land.
Yeah.
We had a tsunami.
Yeah, check it out.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna trust you. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tornadoes,
Yeah.
hurricanes,
Yeah. Flooding in general.
Florida's just been smacked left and right.
Mhm. Yeah.
And pretty much everybody.
Mhm.
The Carolinas get the aftermath of Florida every
Mhm.
time.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah.
And now it's snow season, so,
Yeah, I saw so we've got some friends of ours that live in Michigan, and they got their first snow on Halloween.
somebody said, "No, it's a big wave
Yeah.
from an
Earthquake.
earthquake."
I know. I was like, the water from the ocean still joins
The land
the land is what I was getting at. And
happens the same way from a hurricane.
I understand this. I think that's called a storm surge.
Oh,
Is that what you were referring to?
a hurricane?
Yeah. A hurricane that produces large flooding, the water that comes inland is called a storm surge.
The first part of the hurricane is a storm surge.
Okay.
Meteorologist talk.
Yeah. It snowed here last night. Yeah.
Yeah. The snow that is coming in and the insurance claims that will come from that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And those claims are usually a lot larger because those houses are built for snow
Mhm.
until they're not.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. True story.
I
It's
wonder how
just
many times it takes of having that amount of weight on a structure before it's like, "Okay, I'm done. I give up. Not holding it this year."
I'm sure the insurance agency has data for you.
Sure they do.
Yeah. So, and then, talking with just some other businesses that we've been dealing with, both with content and then both with, like, doing business with them on electrical stuff, like, they're also like, "Dude, this economy has been effing weird. This is a weird year, has been a past weird year and a half, like, things are just different." And it's it's almost like if you were in business in 2007, you lived 2008, 2009, 2010, and then the end of it is 2011. And so it's almost like going through business that time of like, that's what we're on the ledge looking for, is all of that craziness that happened for business. But the people that we're talking to us is like, this is not playing like that played. Like we've learned from that because obviously we're still in business, but this is not playing like that. So we don't, it's almost like we don't know how to play our deck of cards and to be able to be successful, in excelling business owners, because this is a brand new, different type of situation for us.
Well, so the insurance companies are saying that inflation is why rates are so high.
I call bullshit on that.
I'm gonna go with the bullshit call on that as well. And I'm not talking about health insurance. I'm talking about this is on Liberty Mutual's page.
Oh, yeah, this is like auto insurance, business insurance, liability, things like that.
Yeah.
All of it has been astronomical. I'm talking we went from a 6-month policy that was what,
What
20.
happened to insurance, vehicle insurance, personal being $200 a month per person on that max?
No,
That's full coverage.
no, no. We went from a quote of, well, even a policy that was $2,500 for 6 months to $6,700 for 6 months,
Isn't that ridiculous?
and nothing's changed for us.
Not a thing. There were no wrecks. The only thing we did was file a claim with Progressive Insurance.
Hmm. Yeah, we're not even gonna go into that. Not even gonna go into that.
That's probably the reason why. It's all Progressive's fault.
I don't know. But, either way, it sucks.
Yeah. Somebody wasn't born yet.
Mm,
Who's commenting?
I have no idea.
Me either.
Not a clue.
It doesn't tell us who you are. It just says Facebook user.
Mhm. So, I'm very curious to see, and I would love some feedback from other businesses on, like, what you're noticing, what you're feeling, what you're scared of, what, um I don't feel like this is.
What economical impacts are you fearful of for 2024?
Yeah, for sure. Yep. God, I can't believe next year it'll be 20 years since we graduated high school.
Way to make us feel old.
I felt old last night.
I felt young last night. We had a good time.
I had a great time. I felt it's even funny because I even said it. I was like, "I feel sorry for all you kids. Y'all have to go home and go to bed. I'm an adult. I still get to continue to have fun."
You get to continue to play.
And we did. It was so much fun. We live in a really good neighborhood, and I was really surprised, um, 'cause we, being living in different parts, you get different experiences of different neighborhoods, and this one was just like
Our neighborhood knocked it out of the park.
they really did. They really came together as a community. They were sitting outside to pass out candy. There weren't too many times you had to ring a doorbell.
Everybody's in
Um,
their garage with
everybo
their TV, with the Rangers. Go Rangers.
Yeah, the Rangers were playing, and, like, you could walk up and talk to anybody. Like, it was just really, really, really nice. The kids, like, there were no cars that were speeding, like, no craziness. It was just a really wholesome, like, I don't know, kinda felt like kids back in the '90s again, you know? It was good stuff. Kids really had a good time too.
Yeah, they did.
What are you looking up over there?
Let's see what impacts we're looking forward to.
Oh, see what CNN is projecting for us? Everyone wants to talk about the home prices and interest rates and all that, and I know all of that has an impact as well. I'm just curious.
All right. So it says investors looking ahead into 2024 should consider taking a cautious approach to their finances, giving the potential for a slowdown in gross domestic product growth, sticky inflation, and delayed negative economic impact from the Fed's aggressive rate hikes.
Yeah. I can see that affecting service businesses, and the fact that a lot of us offer financing for large repairs or upgrades or changes or things like that. We do offer financing. And so I could see that affecting obviously the choices and decisions, because then your options are limited because interest rates are going to be affected obviously by the what you finance or which finance options you offer. And then to that also, homeowners, I don't think this is going to be something you can market yourself out of. You're going to have to
Yeah.
get creative on your prices. You're going to have to get creative with your sales. You're going to have to get creative with maximizing your um, opportunities with your customers. I don't think this is going to be something you can market yourself out of or fill it or think that you can compensate it with a call volume because every homeowner is going to be experiencing the same dilemma of I
Yeah.
want this, but I don't know how I'm going to pay for this.
Just ultimately take yourself, place yourself back in the house as the homeowner instead of the business owner and go, okay, well, I'm ready to take down all the fixtures in my house and replace them. It's
Mhm.
just not, it's not going to happen. If you're not going to do it, neither is anybody else.
Right.
Everyone is facing the same thing as a whole,
Mhm.
um, which is sometimes strange to me because you get out on the roads and you see everybody driving. Um, and then while you're out on the road, you kind of are gazing around, looking at the stores and stuff like that. People are out still spending money. People are still going to the stores. It appears as if they're spending money. However, when we go to the grocery store, I know personally for you and I see less and less full buggies.
Oh, yeah.
I see more and more, they've got 5 or 10 items in the buggy
Yeah.
and they're not filling up buggies and they're families.
Yes.
There's not like a couple of retired people shopping. It is literally a family shopping and they're only grabbing a few things maybe just for that night.
Or
Uh,
even just like the meals, the food and the quality of food that I'm noticing in people's buggies is
well, the food quality sucks
is
anyways.
diminishing. Like you're not seeing as much fresh produce in people's buggies. You're not seeing like at home balanced like starch, vegetable, protein type meals. You're seeing more of like pastas, grab and go quick meals. Like you're seeing like the processed foods. Not I'm not
Mhm.
saying that the vegetables we eat are astronomically great like they used to be either.
Right.
I'm just saying that like the availability of quality food or balanced meals is becoming thinner and thinner because we're still having to take and spread our money so thin.
We've got kind of a question on that. Do you think that potentially that's because they're working 2 jobs?
Oh, 100%. I would love to see the data and information on and to that also, not even so much even just the 2 jobs, but how many people do you know that have some form of side hustle? How many people are working to generate cash flow independent of a quote unquote job
Yeah.
that in their quote unquote free time? Because when do you ever have that if you have children or a relationship or family for that matter? Like, how many people are you knowing that have a side hustle? Like, there's such a huge trend right now on social media that's like, oh, hey, look, come join me for my, um, let's see, because then they're like, join me for my like 6 to 9 after my 9 to 5. It's like they're talking about their side hustle from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. because that's the time that they have to do it.
Yeah.
So not technically even, yeah, I bet there's several people out there who are working 2 jobs, but there's also a ton of people out there who are like, no, I've got to have a side hustle. Like it used to be a passion project, but now I have to have this because it covers the lack of our grocery bill. Or now, because we're wise to insurance because we just had to renew it, uh,
Covers the insurance premium.
covers the insurance premium or whatever.
There
Like,
there's no reason why your insurance bill should be what you pay for a freaking mortgage. It
yeah,
is ridiculous.
it is. Absolutely. But no, so many
Blows
people
my
have
fucking mind.
side hustles.
And by the way, if you are renewing your insurance, make sure you get like homeowners insurance or renter's insurance policy on
Bundle,
top of that because it
bundle.
will reduce your rate
Yeah, bundle, bundle.
for those of you that don't know that.
Mhm. It's interesting.
What do you think about keeping banks empowered with your assets? Do you think businesses will? continue to hold their assets with banks, or do you think that they will pull them out and hold them on their own?
I don't think businesses are gonna do that. Personally, I think there's quite a few people that probably do that already, but business-wise, the way that business is structured and most businesses are, it's not possible because you're not able to like, you can't transact credit cards, you can't you can't you can't pay all of your bills, you can't go there and pay cash, like and to that, a lot of places or establishments are not even taking cash anymore.
Most places don't take cash anymore.
Mhm.
Where did I go? Where did we go? You and I went somewhere, and there was, like, vendor after vendor after vendor, and they're like, "Sorry, no cash. Sorry, no cash." And all I had was cash.
I don't remember where that was, but I do remember the incident, yeah. And then, like, when we in, like, for
I
the
purposely took cash. I know that when Jackson and I went to the ball game, that was the case as well. Like, none of the vendors there
Mhm.
would take my cash.
Right, and going like, the school districts don't take cash anymore. Like, you they take check.
Yeah.
They'll take a check, but or they'll take, like, electronic you can Venmo, Cash App, or, like, whatever, or Zelle or whatever they've got, but even, like, to entrance to the actual games, like, it used to be a big deal, like,
Mhm.
when our older child was at in sports, like, you would be like, "Oh, you gotta have cash to get into the stadium or to the stands or whatever," but now it's not that. You scan a QR code, you get your tickets, you go in. Like,
Yeah.
they're only there to scan your QR code. They're not doing cash, they're none of that.
So cash is obviously on its way out.
Uh-huh. So, I think a lot of businesses are going to be switching from mainstream banks to credit unions, which is really smart. I really think that if you can do business with a credit union,
I
I
agree.
highly recommend it. Find yourself a local credit union. You're more apt to get a business loan. You're more apt to get a car loan, a vehicle loan, anything like that with them, so long as you've got good standing with
Yep.
them. I know that when we did a home equity line of credit, we used a credit union and had such a better experience. We had already been turned down by all the major banks and had no problem getting in. And they were like, oh, yeah, no, this is no problem. And they were one of the only ones at the time offering a home equity line of credit.
Yeah.
So that was even shocking that they were offering it and we jumped on the opportunity. But yeah, if you can switch from a mainstream bank, especially when the economy's wishy-washy like this, they're going to for one, they're easier to talk to. They will actually look at your stuff and be like, "Okay, cool, you need a deferment or take this payment and add it to the end of your loan," whatever. Like, they're more willing to work with you. I feel like, at least in my personal experience, on needing to, like and even it's just a conversation, just calling them and just explaining to them, because it's not like they can't see your transaction history. You're not hiding anything from them.
No. No, I mean, they've got all of your financials right in front of them. So
Yeah.
they know how you spend, they know how you save, they know exactly what you're gonna do. So that's why they qualify you so easily.
Yeah. True.
But most businesses are probably not going to bank with a credit union.
Oh, but I recommend it.
Yes, personally, absolutely. It's hard for a business to do that, especially a growing business or a business that operates in different states,
Yeah.
because they need the versatility of having a bank local.
Yeah, or a nationwide
Yeah.
establishment. Yeah, I get that. Yep. Interest rates are gonna have a lot to do with it.
They just need to go back down, and, I don't see it happening. We're going into an election year again,
Mhm.
so hopefully after that, so 2025, maybe we'll see a decrease again, but I just don't see that I know it I would like for it to happen,
Right.
but I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any predictions. I remember, like, when my parents bought I think it was a second home here in the DFW Metroplex, their interest rate was, like, 18%. Or maybe that was even the first home. It was like and then they were, like, they were, like, so freaking excited when they refinanced and they got it down to, like, 7 or 8%.
Yeah,
I remember that because it was like
and that's still high.
that's still high, but it was, like, half of
That's
what
probably what it is right now,
7 or
in this
8%.
state. Yeah,
Yeah,
7 to 12
yeah.
probably.
But I remember when I bought my first house when I was in my I think I was barely 21, 22 years old, our interest rate was 3.75.
That's what mine was.
So stupid low, and it was a VA home loan at that,
Yeah.
which VA home loans have already so many benefits to them, like, you don't have personal mortgage insurance, which adds so much money to your monthly mortgage payment, and then you also have the no down payment because they back your loan,
Yeah.
which is great. Because saving up that money for a down payment for a house is
It's hard, especially
super
when you're
hard.
young.
Yeah. So, having the VA home loan is definitely a blessing for sure. You earn it, don't get me wrong, because you definitely earn it.
Yeah.
So,
Not many people tuning in today.
no, it's okay.
We got some comments going, but not much tunage.
No. I need to find my Apple Watch.
Mm,
Yeah.
didn't know it was missing.
Yeah, I lost it. I put it somewhere because it died halfway through the day,
Yeah.
and so I took it off because it wasn't on the charger the night before or something, so
Yeah.
yeah. I need to find it. I'll find it.
Well, if anybody wants to talk about the way the economy is going to affect your business, let us know.
Yeah.
You can come on, join the podcast,
Mhm.
and we'll go live. You know how to find us.
Mhm. Mhm.
You can drop a comment in this comment box, or you can send me an email at jason@csg-usa.com.
You can find us on Facebook too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facebook,
Love to
YouTube.
get some business owners on and just go live in our Facebook group and talk about what you do, what's been working for you, and just talk. Like, love creating relationship, love getting to know people. Uh so
Everybody's fixing to be sitting at home doing nothing but playing on their phones, anyways, because nobody has any money.
yeah.
So might as well jump on a podcast. Let's talk.
Honestly.
Let's find something to do.
Yeah.
Start a YouTube channel. Get some passive income.
Highly recommend it. It takes time. Start it now.
Start now.
Mhm. Start
If you
now.
need help setting all of that up, contact us. Contact us.
I knew that was coming. Yeah. So, are you ready to record our personal podcast?
I am.
Me too.
I'm going to change some things because I can't do these mics.
Yeah. So, are we going on personal podcast? I think
Yeah, we're going back to the
that
other.
we're
We're going back to the dark side. So,
dark side.
do you want that one live?
No, I don't, but I really don't care either way.
I don't know what kind of time we have. All right. Well,
Thanks for stopping by.
tune in maybe tomorrow, and we'll do this again. I'm gonna try and start doing this more frequently.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Have a nice day.
Bye.